Just let me update the name of it. Because it's just come up as Flight Simulator. Alright. So we're going to be taking our Grand Caravan Cessna 208B from, I think we're going from Croydon. So Croydon to, oh, you know what, I actually don't know where we're going. I have to have a quick look. So what I might do is pop in new name. Hopefully that come up. I already got one person jumped on. Okay, welcome. Alright, so this is my weekly fly out. Now I can probably actually work out where we're going here. From Croydon, so we're actually in the in Queensland, way up in the top, and we're going to YBTK, which is a little island off the Northern Territory there in the Gulf. So I'm making my way up towards Darwin, and then we'll make our way across to Asia. So I'll just quickly get the name of this. BTK Airport. Bentinck Island is where I'm heading. So I might just put that in the description as well. Feel free to chat there. What I might do is see if I can jump into my Flight Sim voice. No, it doesn't want to let me in. Sometimes you've got to get in there first. Okay, no chat. So this one may be a little more boring than most of my flights because it is going to be a lot slower. So Croydon to Bentinck Island as part of the Grand Tour. Of the Hobart to Heathrow. So this is a weekly flyout, but today I'm going to do live streaming. I don't normally do that, but wait, I had one of these here somewhere. What do I do with it? We'll put in some more information later. Alright. We'll be doing a lot of this on autopilot. I have a new livery for this week. We got the Tropic livery. So I'm changing it each and every week for the caravan. I had trouble getting this to work, so what I ended up having to do is change the livery, exit Microsoft Flight Simulator, come back in, and then it's actually selected. So if you're having trouble with the latest update, this is a way to override that. And this is my first stream of this video as well. I figure my internet is actually doing quite well at the moment, so I'm glad. Oh, there's nobody here. Oh, that's right, it's up to the right here. There's the little fuel station. Right, and we're already up. There's the fuel station with a couple of planes. There actually is not much out in Croydon, and if you've watched my weekly series, I did a quick, I guess, wiki on it. Try and find out. It used to be a gold mining town. And that's it. That, what you can see right there, that's pretty much all Croydon is. There is a railway line that comes here, but now it's just a historic railway line. Alright, get our VFR on, thank you. Oh, was that off to the side? Oh, because I've changed down to 1380, no, 3840 by 2160 in order to be a full 16:9 by 16:9 ratio. so that I can stream in 1080 correctly, because I did it yesterday in 4096 by 2160, and it decided, oh, I'll put it down to 1012, not 1080. Alright, and I might sit around. It's not a lot to see here, but I kind of do want to have a bit of a look. And there must be a railway line here somewhere. I'm wondering if it's meant to be this line, or it may actually be, that might be it there. Yeah, and then it runs out this way. So there's not very much up here, the top end of Australia. How about we sit around? No, I'll have 3,000, thank you. And, oh yeah, we're a little bit over speed there. Nav on, thank you. Get me back onto path. And while I'm here, we might as well put some music on. This is my starting music. But we won't have the round the world opening scene anymore, because I'm going to do some streaming. But we are taking the aircraft that comes in the game. Could probably turn off that VFR, because I do have that here in the middle screen. Just turn the music down somewhere a little lower. Welcome to my viewers. Rather than making my weekly 4K video here, I've decided to stream it, because having to record it for an hour and then edit it with music and then upload it, it can take half a day or more. Especially if my internet upload doesn't want to start working, and then you can't actually you can't play at the same time. At least when you got one computer and you're editing. Alright, let's go and get our drone mode. Move that mouse out of the way. Feel free to write some comments in the description. Look at that, I'm getting the autopilot. Actually, we need our flaps up. I'm getting the autopilot wiggle that came out with the latest patch. Okay, you can't control stuff while you're in the drone. No, you can't. Okay. So this is the top end of Australia, or what you would call the top end. And we're going to make our way out over towards Northern Territory now. And I might do these streams, this is for me every Friday. I may start doing them at different time zones, because I'm going to end up flying in the dark if I do them all real time zone. If you want to come and join me, you're welcome to. I am on live traffic, live weather. What you will find though is there's nobody here. So I did take off from Croydon. Local time, 11:13 AM. Thank you. What is it? Ibrahim. Thank you very much. This is probably my, I like to probably not call it the most boring, but this is my most vanilla version, standard, using the planes that came with Microsoft 2020. But the idea is to try and fly a Grand Caravan from Hobart to Heathrow airports. So that's Tasmania to London, all the way in one particular plane. So I chose this one, and I must admit, after the first few flights I was like, probably should have got a little bit faster plane. Let's redo our altitude. No, it's already good. So I won't go as fast as I can, but probably sitting around 70% lever. So that's at about 89, 90%. You just got to watch the speed on these. We're doing 179 knots to the ground. 193 I think is the maximum. Anything more than that and you're in trouble. Nice livery on this. I do need to find a few others, and I probably will look at painting my own. I've been watching some videos on how to paint your own livery, at least on American Truck Simulator, and I think it's fairly similar in Flight Sim. You just got to get the raw file. If I can get that and paint my own, I'll put a nice big Brett Plays on it or something. Even though it's got my name on the side there, but there's not enough letters to fit Brett Plays plural. Thorn, hello. Want to come join me? Get in an aircraft, find a local airport, spawn on me, whatever you need to. I'm not sure I can get myself into Discord at the moment. It was playing up trying to actually connect to the voice channel. Let's see if I can do it again. Still haven't updated. Alright. Right, I can't connect to my Discord for some reason. Maybe because I'm already streaming and it doesn't like sharing the microphone. I'm not sure what the deal is. Usually can. You're going to do it tonight? Okay, cool, because I might do some more streaming tomorrow, and I'm very happy to try and get some multiplayer happening. I'd like maybe more than one Concorde to be flying around. I reckon that'd be great. Man, we are really having the wings flapping around. Can we climb? Alright, off with the autopilot. Let's go climb. Let's maybe get to 5,000. Tomorrow is Australia. No, Australia is already in tomorrow for you. From the UK, was it? So it's Friday midday for me. This is my, I have to turn that off, I'm fighting that. This is my weekly, oh, in the US. Okay, sorry Thorn, it's, I think Kay's in the UK. He comes in and watches. We're getting a bit off the flight path there. Alright, I'll pop it in at about 5,000. So I'll use my altitude. It's Thursday, 7 o'clock for you. Yes, it would be. I remember when I spent some time in Hawaii talking to my family. They were almost 20 hours ahead because the international dateline's not far away from Hawaii. Alright, let's... Oh, that was a bit rough on the release. Gonna sit around 5,000. Now, autopilot does seem to jump back and forth and probably make you a bit nauseous if you're in the plane. Something to do with the latest patch. I'd like some passengers too, or at least model. I saw one is coming out and they had the female pilot that you can, or co-pilot if you choose that. So if you look at mine, you actually get to see them, male and female. Well, I want to be able to see that inside as well. That would be cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool livery. Bit of a wave thing, fly tropic. Well, I'm going up to, I'm actually landing on a small island. I'm guessing it's going to be a dirt strip. It might be my first, or grass, I'm not sure. Alright, we are just going a little bit too fast there, are we? Right on the border. Oh, look at that. 186 knots to the ground. Let's bring this back. Should be able to sit around 60%. 62 will do. So having a look at my destination is 138 nautical miles and ETA 46 minutes. So this one's not too bad a flight. Some of my flights have been in a lot longer. It's definitely, though, a lot slower than the normal flights. I mean, this is kind of the way Flight Simulator was made to be. But when you're flying Australia, Australia is huge. I mean, you think of the size of Australia. If the US didn't buy Alaska off Russia years ago, Australia would be bigger than the US. So that's why it's taking so long to fly out of Australia. Not receiving, oh, is my internet going a little bit slow, is it? Let's have a look at the stream health. Might be buffering. Okay, hello. Welcome. I'm doing my weekly fly out for the Grand Caravan. So this is flight number 10. I don't know if you've seen any of my others. I've made my way from Hobart to Melbourne, but I kind of sped that one up. Once I got going, I did a lot of sped up and didn't talk. Changed that because it took so long to edit that. 2-hour flight, try and get it down to, I think the first one was about 30-40 minutes. Then from Melbourne to Sydney, another 2 hours for me. Try and get it down to about 20 minutes. Takes up to 24 hours of processing, which means there's 24 hours I can't use my computer, which is a bit of a shame. Alright, looks like my internet's catching up. Oh, the little bit rate's a bit slow. That's a bit of a shame. I tested it prior and it seemed to be working. Is that the railway line down there? Might be. Certainly a number of dams along the way. So I'm guessing this straight one here is the railway line. Yeah, no, maybe. Can't tell. I can't see the railway line there. Maybe it is. Oh, there's a car there. Yeah, don't know. It might actually be, because there's meant to be a rail out here somewhere. It's a huge country. Wonder why the different dams there. Yeah, see, that kind of looks like rail. Wow, look at them all. Spotted dams all the way along. Oh wow, it continues. I wonder if that's some sort of irrigation. So that they bleed one into the next, into the next, into the next, all the way down. Don't know. Might have to look that up on the phone. Please set the frame rate to 30 or less. I did. Thank you, Google. It's telling me that my frame rate's too high. But I did actually set it at 30 because I didn't want to overdo it. Hopefully my background music's not too loud. If you want to write a comment in there, let me know that you can hear me okay, but can you hear the plane as well? So we're making our way across from, well, we did go Hamilton Island. And now we're making our way from this particular flight, Croydon. And we will be crossing out over to, I'm guessing, the Northern Territory is along here somewhere. Not that we're necessarily going to find a border line or a fence. They don't need that here. Let's have a quick look on my maps. So I'm right smack up the top left of... No, you know what? We're going to be in Queensland because the border is probably another 100 kilometres past where I'm going to land. So I think I'm landing on South Wesley Islands. All right, but I thought I had different. YBTK, yeah. So what do we say? Bentinck Island. I might have been landing right next to it. On that tiny little... Oh, Bentinck Island, also known as South Wellesley Island. Okay. Unless there's two of them next to each other. Look like one on the map. So where's everybody from? I'm guessing Gibran is from Brazil because he's got the Brazilian flag there. Thorn already knows from the US. Okay. I can't tell what that icon is, but I don't know where you're from. I am doing the flight in Australia, okay. I am on the 10th flight now. Been doing these one a week. And I have made my way from Hobart, so that's Tasmania, right down the very bottom of the map, on the island of Tasmania, up to Melbourne, to Sydney, to Tamworth, Tamworth to Byron Bay, Byron Bay to the Sunshine Coast, Sunshine Coast to Great Keppel to Hamilton, Hamilton Island. I came inland to Charters Towers, Charters Towers to Croydon, and from now I've just left Croydon. So that would be somewhere back over here, and we are making our way across the middle of probably the top of Australia. And then, so if I put my VFR on, thank you, zoom out. So this is where we're going to. So if you look at the top of Australia, and you'll see the water inland. So this is the very top of Australia. So instead of going all the way up and through Papua New Guinea, I've come from an island here, I think it was, basically somewhere in the middle here, and then to there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my way all the way up to Darwin eventually, which is up around here somewhere, from memory. But I won't do that on this flight. I'm only going to do the shorter flight. Then I'll save it, and then I'll come and do some more. So at the moment it's once a week. Hopefully that gives you a good understanding, especially if you haven't seen any of my others. I am on live weather, and I am on live traffic. And if anybody wants to follow me, they can. I can actually see the water there. And I think that cloud is just Yeah, we're going to go through that. I think the clouds are sitting at 5,000. There's no weather report up here though. No. Wait, how do we go back? Thank you. I put a request flight following. I don't think there's going to be anybody around here, but you probably should.
Red Plays Bravo Papa 20 is type Cessna Caravan 15 miles southeast of Yankee Charlie Lima Charlie. Request flight following.
So we're 15 miles southeast. Okay, thank you.
Squawk 1446
We don't have our landing music until we get there.
Red Plays Bravo Papa 20 radar contact 14 miles southeast of Yankee Charlie Lima Charlie 5,000 feet.
Yep, that'll be me. Southeast. Must be a smaller airport, is it? Yep, there it is.
Copy. Red Plays Bravo Papa
Yankee Charlie Lima Charlie. Oh, I want that, thank you. Look at that plane just wobbling back and forth. That's because the latest patch from Microsoft has made them autopilot wobble a bit. Oh, it's pretty green down there. It's a nice watering hole. I'm hoping that the further closer to Darwin that I get, the greener it's going to be. I know once I get through Asia it's going to be very green. We need to put that back onto GPS. Alright, how's the feed coming through for those watching at home or wherever you might be? Is it coming through nicely? And does my microphone have static today like it did yesterday? Which is not what I want. Looks good, okay, thank you. Here's a cinematic shot for you. No static, good. I don't know what happened yesterday. I did listen back to my my streaming, and for some reason the microphone just went staticky. What I need to do is take that VFR off and do that cinematic shot. Now I know people don't bother watching these whole videos because I've put in some secret keywords and nobody's written them in the comments. But that's fine. You don't need to watch the whole thing because a lot of it's going to be fairly boring flight. And now you're probably all going to be going, well, hang on, what keywords are these? Just have to find them. So I've got a bit of a river system happening here now, which is pretty cool. Very sandy down there though. There's an airstrip. Where are we here? YNTN. Might have to have a look on the old Googles to see what YNTN airport. Normanton Airport. Well, I guess that was Normanton there. So if we zoom in there a fraction, that would be Normington. Okay. Normington is an airport in, yeah, okay, Normington Airport. Queensland, Australia. The terminal was opened in February 2006, so it actually has a terminal. Very nice. So, what is Normington about? It's definitely a asphalt runway or airstrip, which is good. Can you join my flight? Absolutely. You want to take off from Normington and come and join me? Let's do it. So, YNTN. Try and grab something slow enough. So we're sitting around 168. So if you can fly around the 170, go for it. Knots, that is. And when you put in your flight path, put it in that you're going to, hang on, what is it actually called? So you will be going to YBTK. So from YNTN to YBTK. And I'm also, let's just check, West USA servers. So make sure you got other people on and maybe name tags, which I actually have name tags. But I don't have the airport tags on anymore. Yeah, I probably should. So I just saw you, sounds good, what server you're on. Hopefully my answer helped. So West USA. So Normington that I just passed is, it's not very big, is it? Outback Cattle Town. Alright, so it's in the Shire of Carpentaria. Well, that's the whole Gulf of Carpentaria that I'm flying up to. 1,210 people live in the town. 743 of those are indigenous. Tropical savanna climate. Yeah, I can understand why. If you jump in okay, and I'm not sure if you're still watching or trying to load in. If I see you pop up, maybe I'll do a quick little circle or slow down until you can catch up. And we'll fly in formation. If anybody else wants to join, let me know. I'll try and look at where the next landing strip or airport is. I'm going to move my music along, thank you. Let's get something else. Maybe even turn that up a fraction. Wow, pretty sandy down there. Makes you wonder just how much cattle can they actually run on a place like this. I mean, it looks cool with the water. I'm guessing the town's right near it, wasn't it? Yeah. And you could actually bring your boats or barges or whatever they would have done originally to take these things out. Well, I'm going to be out over the water soon. .84 nautical miles, 28 minutes. Just to give you guys a bit of an idea of where we're at. Still got that wobble with the autopilot. What if I turn the autopilot off? Level. Unbelievable. So I still have navigation and altitude hold on. Will it stay? Nope. You can see my my altitude. I'm gonna have to trim that down. So what I'd have to do is make sure that I have 0 ascending. So autopilot is just, let's put autopilot back on for a second, get ourselves set up and then see if we can actually hold it. Still looking for another name tag for some, there we go, Destroyer. So okay, do you come under the name of Destroyer 1218016 in a BE36? It's got to be you. Surely nobody else in this area is spawning in here. Alright, for the sake of joining in someone else for a flight, I'm going to do a slight right circle, wait for him to catch up. And that way we can actually go and have a look at the shoreline here as well. It's quite nice having the satellite photogrammetry on here as well. I'm going to try one more time in my Discord channel and see if I can't actually get my voice to it. Yep. Alright, if you want to join me in Flight Sim channel on my Discord for actual voice chat, it was Destroyer, wasn't it? Or OK. So YouTube thing's called OK, but your name tag's Destroyer. Okay. Come join me in Discord. That way I can actually chat to you. That looks great. Let's hold that there and turn off the VFR. I can see you climbing, that's good. Keep doing the right bank. Sitting pretty close to 5,000, which is good. For those that also watch my channel, I got my F22 finally working mostly correctly, which is good. Alright, I'm going to continue back on my flight plan. If you want to come and join me here. Do I have my navigation lights on? I think I do, don't I? Oops, that turns on all lights. Alright, hang on. I don't need my taxing lights on, thank you. Alright, so do a quick bank around there and I'm coming back towards my flight path. He's going to have to do another sharp right here. May have to do another circle. That was nice music, that. Oh, I use those particular ones. This is my classical music. That's right. I use it for my bomber flight. I don't know if you guys have seen that video, multiplayer bomber flights. And it seemed appropriate. I may need to... Yeah, I think I'm going to have to do another circle, or you're going to have a little bit more trouble catching up. I'll be landing before you actually get there. Now, if I get more interest, and I want people to, or people want to join me on this flight, like I'm going to be heading up towards Darwin soon, and then from Darwin we're going to make our way over to probably somewhere like Bali. Now the flight to Bali is going to be a long flight. Almost the full extent from Darwin to Bali is like 5 hours. So I may need to head straight up to like East Timor and then from there hop our way across. But if I have people joining me, we can get a whole, well, let's call it caravan of people. Well, what happened there? It looked like you were descending. Maybe it's just internet. If I get a whole bunch of people, I'll do something like, what's his name? Two-Tone Murphy's doing, where he just takes a whole bunch of people on a flight. He did an overnight stream where people joined him. Even I joined him. It was pretty cool. That was Route 66. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Alright, how are we going, Destroyer? Your altitude seems to be going up and down. Can you actually see me? Are you able to look at YouTube still, or can you join me in chat? Do you know what? I might just do a bank to the left, and now I've lost him altogether. Oh, there he is. Okay. So if you have a microphone, come and join me in my Discord, Flight Sim voice channel. I finally got that working. I'm in there now. Okay, now we're doing the circles. Well, I'm going to let mine get back onto navigation automatically. Autopilot, thank you. Do your thing. So give it a moment, it'll actually line up, and then you can jump in. Here he is. Okay, at least this way you can listen to me here more in live time, but I noticed your microphone is muted. Alright, so it's going to continue doing a left bank, and then it should actually straighten out and go more of a right bank to get back on the flight path for me. If you can see any of my videos still at the same time, I'm not sure. There should be a right bank here coming up. Unfortunately, you don't have a microphone. That's alright. As long as you can hear me, we can actually line it up. I'm sitting at 5,000. Let me just check that my... Yep. 29.92, is that barometric pressure? Now, right bank. Oh, Well, we'll get the first of our lineup of a flight. What I kind of wouldn't mind doing is getting a bunch of people in caravans. This is obviously the plane's called Caravan, and do a caravan trip. As in, I mean, it kind of sounds like you're talking about a car and a van, but this is the caravan. If we can get a whole bunch of caravans flying our way up to the UK, I think that'd be pretty cool. Alright, I'm going straight and level. If you want to tuck in somewhere close by, either side's fine. Are you going further back from me? What's happening? Let me give you a bearing. So I'm going 287 at 5,000. I can slow down too if you need to. It's a lot slower pace than my jet flying. Now I don't know why they have these lines across the water. I noticed one in Sydney Harbour. See, there's one there too. Just a line across the end of the harbour as if this part of the model is separate to this part of the model. Actually, maybe that's it. Rivers or harbours or inlets have a different wind weather system. It's a shame it actually puts a line there. Because I remember flying with someone and they said, oh, we'll just go past that bridge down there. I'm like, yeah, there's actually no bridge. Hey, Unicorn, welcome back. Do you want to come join us? Actually, you might be running a little bit late for this one. 8M back. You know what? I knew what you meant. Where are we? I don't know what that button does. This particular flight, I'm doing my Grand Caravan. I'm 67 nautical miles away, or 23 minutes from my landing position, well, airport. But I may do some other streams. Alright, Destroyer, am I coming in too fast here? Do I need to slow down for you? I'll ease it back. Oh, here he comes. That autopilot just cannot steer straight. It's like, come on. I hope they fix that in the next patch. It only happened in this one. I mean, they did say they had some autopilot issues. I'm guessing they still have autopilot issues. Oh, and I lost Destroyer on the... Oh, because it jumped out and lagged. Okay. Alright. Oh, we got our rock music in. I think we might change that one, and we might just get something different. Maybe I think actually it was my dance music. Maybe we'll just go some pop and rock coming up. Alright, now we're getting a bit closer. See if I can get both of you in the shot. Both planes, I mean. There we go. Alright, I'm at 158 knots. Oh, there's a little bit of lag there. Okay. 158 knots. Flight level 5,000. Do you still have your flaps down, or is that just on what it looks like on my... It's going down. Oh, I lost him. Oh, look at that. We're having a little trouble connecting there. I'm not much into that. Let's just go to some rock instead. Or a nice beat. Do you know, it's not rocking as much here. Oh, I was going to say it's not rocking as much as it starts to rock. Maybe it's a little smoother over water because of less turbulence. It broke the F14, yes. I don't have an idea for the next stream yet. But I had a quick look at the F14 and, well, where'd he go? He just raced ahead of me. Alright. And there's no actual file for the FX, but there is a smoke setting in the file, so I'm going to try it and see if that was what it was, because I put in a extra little bit of code to back it up, so it won't actually find it. We'll see if that fixes it. Well, we're having a little bit of trouble there, Destroyer, trying to get you to not lag out there. Maybe it's our internet connection. Not sure if you're watching the stream at the same time. The sound barrier is broken. It's only the visualization. You can definitely do the sound barrier, or past. What I've noticed though is that the F-15 that I was flying yesterday shakes all over the place when you get to 1,000 knots. Look, I'm sure it would down low have a bit of a jutter or a jitter or the likes, but not that bad, and it wasn't like that before. So yeah, don't know. But I guess when the first patch came out, the first or second patch, it killed all add-ons with the clickable interiors. Trouble getting Destroyer to catch up. Maybe it's our internet. It's not quite keeping up. Let's see if we can get this drone to go back far enough to see both of us. Wow, it looks like nothing but ocean out here, at least from this angle. Not sure how far I can get that to fly away. No, Buddy Spike is not my other channel. Buddy Spike is another person that reached out to me and said, hey, do you want to do some videos together? I said, yeah, absolutely. So I've added him as one of my other channels I've worked with. And if I do that with anybody else, I'll do the same. I'll add them to my channel, because look, if we can support them, you know, maybe they'll support me. You guys will probably like a lot of the stuff that they do, and the people that watch them will probably like a lot of the stuff I do. So it's kind of like, I watch several automotive channels on YouTube as well, on a separate YouTube account, and I know that they work with others, and I like them as well. And I basically saw it because they said, oh, we're working with this guy. Where'd you go, Destroyer? I can't see you at all now. Yeah, he's above me. There he is. Right above. You're right on. I'm right underneath you. Okay, you're just about going in front now. Oh, now I can't see you at all. Oh, behind me. Okay. This formation flying stuff's a little bit more difficult. You'll be back. Alright, I probably will end up landing, depending on how long you take, but that's fine. And what I might do, I will end up finishing, so we've got 15 minutes. We will finish this stream, because I'm going to save this one as my Grand Caravan flight. And then what I might do is some other stream. I'm wondering whether I should stick with Flight Sim, or should I do something like a drive around the crew too, for an hour or so. Because then I can show you what that's like as well. It's got some planes. Destroyers flying out that way. Okay. Hopefully he put his autopilot on. And his destination is set. Would be nice to have a little bit of grime build up. If you've seen some like a Project Cars 2, and the more you race in that, the more bugs and grime and dirt and whatnot you actually get on your vehicle or your windshield or anything like that. Would be cool to get just a little bit, so that, you know, when you get to the other end, you can see some streaks, or you can see some bits and pieces. It doesn't have to be 100% clean. Crew 2, then Project Cars 2 as well on the Nürburgring. I'm thinking about doing the Nordschleife. I love doing that track. And I was actually thinking about putting my VR glasses on and making sure I can record that and or /stream. It has to capture what's on the screen though. So, and the problem is I won't be able to see what you guys are chatting. So, if I get into that, it's like, well, I don't know what you're saying, but I'm here. So I'd have to be in a voice chat for that. Did we lose Destroyer altogether? I think we did. Oh no, there he is. He's going a bit slower. It's okay. So you're also a major car person. Awesome. Have you seen my racing videos? I've put 4 Project Cars 2 muck around multiplayer videos up there. I just did the outside capture. I haven't done a lot of inside capture on that. But I think when I do the VR, That would be pretty cool. Also got a set of Corsair with a whole bunch of modded cars in that. Be nice to jump in and do that yet. Cool. Have a look. There's 3 Escorts, RS 1600 Mark 1s I think they were. One is my wife and the other one's my brother. And if you watch the end of the video, you'll see that I said, you never let your wife come last, otherwise she may not play with you again. So that's my excuse for letting her win, or for me coming last. But if you're going to do things wise, yeah, you really need to, if you want your wife to play games, the same games you're playing, the ones you're interested in, let her win. Some of the times. Or even most of the time, if you're not worried about being that competitive yourself. Stickman has joined, and he hasn't got... Oh, no. Stickman had trouble joining. Probably the same... Alright, he jumped into the wrong channel. Alright, what do we got? Still got that wiggle of the autopilot, but we... Wait, I can't zoom in. There we go. 10-minute flight, 30 nautical miles. I tell you what, you're out in the Gulf and Carpentaria here, and it's... Well, there's the islands. It's actually easy to lose your bearings when you can hardly see stuff. Imagine a whiteout. Destroyer's still behind me. Oh, he's descending to 5,000. He should set his altitude. If he's got the path put in, you put it on autopilot, you put the altitude in, and you set your navigation. At least in this particular one. Navigation's this button here. Altitude set is there. Well, it's not 4K stream, but I don't know, does anybody actually stream 4K? Or is 1440p about the best you can get on a streaming? At least I didn't see if there was that option to do that anyway. It's a very nice model, this. A little disconcerting you don't have a body and the co-pilot's missing. I kind of still would like that modelled in. And let's say you needed to hit a reset panel, one of these fuses down here. As you zoom in, your leg moves out of the way. Surely that can't be too hard. Like if you've ever tried the driving simulator and you look around and there's no body, all we've got is a steering wheel. It's not quite the same. Handling and performance mod, Stickman. Okay. Now, will that fix the latest autopilot problem? See how I'm my wings are going left and right? But the moment I turn off my autopilot, hang on, I need to actually fly it straight now. It's much easier. So much more level. Jerry says, I think most people would only stream at 1080. Not many people can stream in 1440 or higher. No, it seems to chew up a lot of bandwidth. Like I've got this one and my stream health keeps warning me that my frame rate is too high. Please set the frame rate to 30 frames or less. Well, I actually did set it to 30 frames or less because I knew that it complained. And when I was playing yesterday, I was running... Okay, Destroyer, you're descending still. If you can hear me, you may want to pull up before you end up in the water. Yesterday when I was streaming, I streamed... I played in 4K like I am now, but I was 4K 4096 by 2160, where now I'm 3840 by 2160. So essentially I've gone from 256 to 12, I think it is, or I think some huge ratio like that. Screen resolution to sorry, not screen ratio to 16 by 9, and then YouTube seems to like that better. So I should be streaming now in mostly a 1080, I'm hoping. Although looking at the stream, it seems to have a black line down the right hand side, and I don't know if that's correct or not. I'm trying to get it to actually play nice. 1080 seems to be working now for me. A little choppy or stuttery, slightly. Okay. Well, when I tested an hour ago, I was having a decent 5-6 megabit per second upload. When I set it on my streaming service, I said custom 1080 30 frames per second and a target of 4 megabit per second upload. Maybe I need to drag that up higher when I've got it. What's worse about all those stats is that I pay for a 50/20 line and I only get, okay, my maximum probably is about 49 down, but I get about usually 3 to 5 up, with sometimes 6 and 7 up, and that's where I need it for streaming. Unicorn's running perfectly. That's for you. Okay. Destroyer, I know you walked away, but you're descending, and in 2,200 feet, if you can hear me, your plane is going to be in the water. Because you're... Or maybe I'm meant to be descending too. Come to think of it. Where are we? Yeah. Okay. Oops, I just pressed something there. I'm too busy gas bagging to say that I actually want to land here. Alright, we want... Where are we heading? We want 3.5, don't we? Alright, this will put my gates on. I am going to stick with gates at the moment because it lets me know where the airport is without having to do a fly over first. Although you pretty much know where the airport is there when you use your VFR map. Let's see butter on the runway. Yeah, I've had some pretty disastrous landings, haven't I? I think I find the biggest problem with landing is that I decide to follow the gates. Even with large aircraft or modded aircraft that have a slightly higher speed. Yeah. Now, that's hard to work out which way that gate is coming from. It almost looks like it's saying to go towards the island, turn around, then do a loop down. Is that because of my altitude? Right, I'm not going for this runway. I think the other runway should be over here. When you're streaming, if people use airlines or custom liveries or aircraft not in the marketplace, it can cause FPS drop. Just something to keep an eye on. Look, very possibly. I would imagine what it is trying to do because I do know liveries work, because I've flown out of Sydney so many other times with other people hanging around, and they've got, I can tell, the same multi-pack liveries for the airliners. So I saw some guy flying out in Air New Zealand livery in a 787? Yeah, I imagine what it would have to do is send information to your computer. Your computer goes, that's the livery they've got, and puts it on. I guess that's better than it trying to download that livery. Now, what is the deal with this? It definitely says to go past and around and down. Why don't I just... Oh, because there's another runway there. You'd think you come out here and then down, but it wants me to go out, round, down. You know what? I might do that, because then I can actually see where the strip is. And I think it's going to be a small strip like that. Is Destroyer in the water yet? Oh, he's going up! Oh my god. Saved. Saved by an updraft. Maybe. Yeah? Alright, what's my altitude? 3600, thank you. Now, as far as what Jerry, what you're saying there with the other liveries and stuff, when I have tested some particular aircraft, I have actually got myself off the live traffic, live weather issued, in order to try and avoid some of them for that type of reason. Especially when previously they would crash. If you had the same file modded aircraft as they did, and either it was in your cache, or you had you were actually flying it. I know it's in the cache because we tried it with some multiplayer flights. Oh, this is a dirt strip. Okay. I should have come in from the other end, because you can see where the building is. But I actually don't mind this coming over to see where we're going. But I guess once we get down there, we're going to have to turn around and taxi back to the shed. Now let's try and bring this up a bit. Why? Oh, yeah. That's definitely going to slow me down, bring me up. Wow, that flap's had a huge impact. Probably was just a fraction too early. Should be able to glide this in. Butter landing. Yeah. Yeah, what I haven't done. So remember this time.
Tango Kilo traffic, Brett plays Bravo Papa 20 is on final runway 35 to land.
Butter! Destroyer! What are you doing? 171 feet. You're just hovering over the water, are you? He did say you had to go. I hope he didn't just leave his plane to fly. It's going down again. Dirt strip. Now I'm way too high here. But the problem is I'll end up getting too much speed. Yeah, no pressure. Although, you know what? All of my recorded flights especially when it takes an hour or two to fly. I don't go do it again. There's no cut and shut and put another better landing in. If I got an embarrassing landing, I got an embarrassing landing. I'll admit to it. If I crash, I crash. We'll just dig it out of the water and we'll repair it and be ready for the next flight. You know what you can't see though on your instrumentation, the digital instrumentation in front of me, is the actual landing strip. But unlike modded aircraft, these things, I'm going to hit the water if I don't speed up there. Thank you. Probably a little bit too much there. Oh. That was a bounce. What I was thinking about is I need my landing music. I was thinking, yeah, I'll get to that. Nah, won't get to it. Alright. Is there a turnaround spot up here? I'm hoping so. I don't know about that being good. What should have done though is I shouldn't have bounced like that. That would give the suspension a bit of a work if I have suspension on this thing. Thank you. Turn that prop pitch back up so I can actually move. Thank you. Alright, welcome to Bentinck Island. I bet none of you have been here before. I know I haven't. I wonder where Destroyer went. If he's hit the water. If he's actually come back. So what we'll do is we'll just park ourselves up here. Then I will end up ending the stream. Let's see if there's a fuel station here. What is that? Is that an information center? A satellite dish? No, I'd say that's the water tanks, and they've modelled them as some sort of house with, yeah. So it is just a dirt strip with some markers on the side there. But I could have come down a little smoother on that one. At least it wasn't like my last airport, which had a building on the end of the runway. The Microsoft had modelled concrete slab as... Wow, we don't have fuel here? Oh, that's interesting. I'm sure it's in the buildings that bring a truck out. Alright. Let's turn that down. Engine off, thank you. There we go. Nav's off. Power off. Thank you very much. The propeller should be stopping, is it? Yes, it is. I couldn't see it modelled in. Oh, there we go. Alright, thank you very much for joining me. Like, comment and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube later as well. And other than that, thanks for the guys who actually joined me in the flight. Unfortunately, I'm not sure where Destroyer went. He may have ended up in the water. Cheers.